What's wrong, baby? You seem like you're in what the fuck mode. WTF, mommy. WTF. I don't know, she's acting kind of confused the past couple of days and like maybe she's in pain. The weather. Are you in pain, baby? You hurt? You hurt? Now, she hasn't been getting in the window. And she hasn't been wanting attention and petting. She hasn't even been sleeping with me. She's just been had this look on her face like she's just miserable and sleeping on the back of the other chair. Baby, what's wrong? What's wrong? You hurt? I know I hurt. The weather's making mama hurt, making her arthritis hurt. Your arthritis hurts. You don't want me to touch you? No. Okay, mama won't touch you. Baby, what's wrong? You hurt, baby? You got a boo-boo? You got an owie? You got an all-over owie? You got an all-over owie? Poor baby. We're gonna be 16 here in a few months. That's a long time to be alive. You don't get on top of doors anymore. You don't run around anymore. You don't play anymore. You didn't even eat your treats last night. You getting sick on me, baby? Queenie. You gotta go at least another 4 years. Let's get you to 20. Because you was half dead when you came to me, baby. You were starving and dehydrated and skinny and full of fleas and had bald spots. You were just a mess, baby, when you came to me. You wouldn't have lived past 13 or 14 weeks if you hadn't come to me. And I'm so proud of you for being smart enough to come to somebody who'd look after you. And I don't want her to be sick and be old. I don't want her to go bye-bye. I don't want to lose my baby. She had 2 sisters, the 2 cats I had when she came to live with me, and her sister Nene, who was 2 weeks younger than her, even though she came after Nene, just dropped dead one day. She had some health problems in her life, and I didn't realize I hadn't seen her for a few hours, and I went and found her, and she was gone. And then her sister Sunshine, who lived to be just at 15, almost 15. My oldest cat was born in 1992, got a tumor, and opened up the tumor, and I had noticed she'd been sitting like she was in pain, and she wasn't eating her cat food, but she could eat my food, so I made a point of every time I made myself something to eat, she got a little saucer too, but she just was deteriorating, and I took her to the vet to find out if we could fix her, and we couldn't fix her. In fact, she had maybe 6 weeks, and it would be a painful 6 weeks. And I still struggle with the fact that I had to choose to put her to sleep. Oh, I've had Gwynnie since the year 2000. No, 2001, excuse me. When she showed up on my doorstep. Just about to die, basically. she'd been abandoned. I don't want to think about her going. I've had her so long. She's been a companion for so long. And literally is my only companion since I'm mostly bound to the home. I wouldn't be if I had a car, but I don't have a car, and I'm too poor to get a car, and too poor to save up for a car because I'm disabled, and I get $737 a month, which is not livable. I have low-income housing, I have Medicaid, which doesn't cover all my medical costs, which I have to cover out at $737, unless my aunt covers it, who is 73 and working, and I know the main reason she works is because she has to help take care of me. I'm 46, I am not 5, but that's my struggle and my issues and my shame, because I have chronic illnesses, I have anxiety, and I have depression, and I'm just fucked up and dysfunctional, and nothing works right, and I don't know how to adult or human. It's no wonder I'm alone. I was married for 11 years, but that was 13 years ago that ended. Didn't date anybody before him, haven't dated anybody since. And I was trying before him, and I think I tried for a hot minute after. Now I'm not looking. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But looking always ends up leaving me feeling very disappointed and discouraged, and makes me feel gross and disgusting and less than human and less than woman and not enough. I have that feeling a lot. Not enough. Not good enough. Not worthy, because I'm fat and I'm broken and I'm poor and I look like a busted can of biscuits naked because I used to be a lot fatter. Then I lost weight. So not only am I fat, but I have loose skin. Plus, I had a surgery to remove the skin off my stomach in 2007. 2006. 2006? No, 2007. I think it was, yeah. 2007, and he fucked it up, and I have a lot of shame, a lot of body shame. I don't feel normal. I don't look normal. I'll never be normal. I'll never look like a normal woman, not even a normal fat woman. I don't know how I can have tons of loose skin and be fat at the same time. That's like stupid. I have the worst of both worlds. And there are times that I feel great about myself, and there are aspects of myself that I feel good about. And like my mind, I love the way my mind works. It's weird and beautiful and broken and crazy, and it remembers so much weird stuff, yet it can't do math or retain numbers. I don't know. But I feel like I'm not boring, is what I feel like. I feel like that I will always surprise you with what comes out of my mouth. Whether it's just something ridiculous or absurd or over the top or a lot of cuss words. Because I can really work the cuss words sometimes. Or giving out good advice, which I don't mean that as I give good advice. I mean like it just comes out of my mouth and I'm like, where did that come from? But I've been the therapist for so many people who've come into my life. And then they got their therapy and they left. No one ever stays. Ever. No one ever stays. The framing of this is wrong, and it started out being about my poor little kitty cat, and my mind went to the darker places, which is another thing. My mind can be dark. My mind can be twisted. Not in a like scary, not like I'm going to scare you and make you feel disturbed way, but in the most it can be twisted and dark in the most delightful ways, and it can create stories and storylines and dialogue, and it's I sometimes feel like more of my mind is working than the average person. I feel like it's just constantly going, and that is actually a problem. It contributes to my insomnia. I literally have to drug myself to make it shut up to go to sleep at night. And then I have really insane dreams, which just talk about dark and twisted. But I like my mind. I like my pale skin. I like the color of my eyes. I like my natural hair color, which is red, but I also am really into dyeing it unusual colors just to express myself, and then I go back to red for a while. But I do identify as, in my heart, I'm a redhead, but right now I'm purple. Purple with like a turquoise situation happening on the ends. And it's something I've been into for decades. Before the kids. I did it before the kids. But I like those things about myself. I like that my teeth, except for right there on the bottom of that spot, are straight naturally. Which is amazing because my baby teeth were bad, and then they grew out straight. And my mother's teeth were rather okay. No matter how I say that, that's not gonna. My mother's teeth were crooked too. Okay, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but it has to do with part of our heritage. She inherited it. I like my high cheekbones. Did I say I like my pale skin? But if I look in the mirror naked, I will more often than not cry, or at least be very sad. I can't stand it. I wear clothes that are like a size or two too big. Always long shirts and to cover up. And I can't cover it all up, but I cover up. I camouflage as much as I can. Because, like I said, it's a busted can of biscuits. My body looks like a busted can of biscuits. Think about it. Just like crack the seal on a can of biscuits and let it just pull apart just a little bit. All the biscuits are under pressure and they just kind of go. That's me. Busted can of biscuits. I like that I'm creative. I like that about myself. Unfortunately, though, I can be creative, but sometimes my body doesn't have the follow through to go with it. I don't have the stamina or the strength because of my chronic illness, and that just sucks because it's very much like being in prison with a highly active mind and a body that doesn't obey. Then there's fibro fog, where you can't concentrate, can't talk, right? You just kind of stammer and stutter, can't get your thoughts out, or you say something different than what you mean to say, and it's because, fibromyalgia gives you fibro fog. I usually say fibro frog, but I am my own worst enemy. I am my own worst enemy because I have autoimmune issues. I have fibromyalgia, which kind of comes under the heading of autoimmune, but they really don't know. I have osteoarthritis. I have sciatica, bursitis, anxiety, depression. What else is there? I had gastric bypass, and it's caused some gastrointestinal issues. I probably have ulcers around my staple line, which is extremely painful and involves a lot of vomiting, which is wrecking my teeth. My dentist just loves my appointments every 6 months. And, yeah, I'm kind of lonely. I don't know if I want to be in a relationship where we cohabitate, because I discovered after my divorce in 2004, that was the first time I ever lived alone, because I went from mom to husband. And I was 33 and I had my own place, and I discovered I could make my own choices, and I loved it. And sometimes I like my alone time, but then there are times that I want companionship. Times I want companionship. Times I want someone to watch movies with. Sometimes I want to cuddle. Other things. There are times, I miss one of the things I miss most about being married, and I don't miss it being with my ex, because I don't miss my ex, but I miss, he and I had this ritual where we'd play Mario Kart before bed, and then lay in bed and talk, until we went to sleep. And I miss that. I miss having someone laying next to me. I miss having someone to lay in bed and talk to. Other than the cat. I miss conversations. I miss deep conversations. I miss long conversations. And I don't have a lot of friends in my life. Especially not in real life. I have friends online, and even those have become distant because I haven't made an effort to make new ones. Because sometimes it is emotionally draining, because people who are attracted and drawn to me and drawn to my energy tend to be people who have problems and need to talk but don't listen. And I don't mind being that. I don't mind being a therapist. I've been doing that since I was a kid. I've been everyone's therapist since I was a kid, and I don't mind that. And I have, the fact that I'm sensitive to people and empathetic and basically an empath, which is just an entire other universe. But, I sense things in people, and I sense how to help people, and also sense other things that are not visible. But we won't go into that supernatural stuff right now. But, I feel like I was given that gift for a reason, and I have been useful in people's lives. And it's just hard, though, because these people come into my life. I become close to them fairly fast, and I empathize with them, and I feel for them, and I care for them, and then they just ghost me because they got what they needed. They were able to release what they had inside of them, that dark thing that was inside of them. They were able to hear someone tell them some things they needed to hear, and were able to move forward. And unfortunately, moving forward means also leaving me behind, and that is painful. Being left behind is painful, especially when it happens a lot. It's just hard. So sometimes you just have to kind of keep yourself away from people. Unless you see someone out in the world, out on the internet or whatever, who you relate to and you identify with and you share taste with, and you reach out to them. And in my case, they never reach back. Sometimes they're famous, sometimes they're not. And that's equal to me. I just feel like, oh, this is a person that's like me, that I identify with, who's kind of beautifully weird and twisted like I am, and I want to, know them and be friendly with them and talk with them. And they're sort of like, I'm famous, and I can't, and I don't, these people, if they're famous and I relate to them, I don't look at them and go, oh, I'm such a big fan. It's just, hey, you're like one of my tribe. Let's talk, let's hang, let's chat, because I want to connect with someone who I relate to, because people Conversations are so shallow and so empty. And I am drawn to people that I know are interested in having better conversations, who have things to say about things I'm interested in talking about. And unfortunately, because they're in the public eye, it can be a famous person. Minor famous, major famous, internet famous, whatever. But if they've got popularity, they just don't hear me. And I reach out to them and they don't hear me. But complete strangers sometimes who aren't famous just don't hear me. And I think I come out kind of desperate, maybe, because I'm just like so excited. Oh my gosh, this is one of my tribe. I want to talk with them. Let's talk. I get very excited. I'm very wordy, and it's very impossible not to be. And I don't choose my words carefully, and I don't censor myself. It's just no filter going, and I say how I feel and what I think, and I don't think people are used to that. I don't fit in. I'm 46 and I still don't fit in. I don't fit in with this world. So finding someone in the world that I feel like I would fit in with, who would get me and not judge me, and who I could get and definitely not judge, because I don't judge anybody unless you abuse children and women, then I'm judging you. If you are sexually assaulting people, I am judging you. If you are hitting people, beating people up, and abusing people, I am judging you. But under any other circumstance, I don't care. Do you. You do you. You do what makes you you, and do what makes you feel good, and do what makes you feel comfortable, and believe what you need to believe, and believe what fits you. It's not my place to judge you for it, or to tell you have to believe or be like I am, or anything like that. I just love everybody except for rapists and abusers. Them I judge. That's all. I don't know what this was. It started out being about my poor little sick cat, and then about poor little sick me, and then being lonely and talking about wanting to reach out to people and trying to reach out to people and them not reaching back. But I understand, though, if you've got any kind of popularity in the public, if you're in the public, there are people looking to use you. There are people looking to gain something off knowing you. There are people looking for dirt, because they're going to spill their tea. There are people who are unstable. There are people who are just, looking for something. And yeah, I'm looking for something. I'm looking to make a friend, but how do you weed that out from all the other stuff that I'm sure when you're famous, you hear a lot of lies, a lot of bullshit, a lot of cons, a lot of carefully placed wording to manipulate. And I can tell you all day long that I have good intentions, that I'm not trying to manipulate you or get anything from you, or, ride your coattails, or get help, or get money, or get whatever people want to use you for. But I can say that all day long, and that doesn't mean that you believe it. It doesn't mean you feel like you can trust it. Especially if you're doing it on the internet, because it's harder to sense vibes with people online. I can do it, but I don't always do it. I don't always get a vibe from people online, but usually I can smell the bullshit, or malicious intent, or lies. I smell the lies. They stink. They smell like dog shit. But yeah, I'm thinking about some messages I've gotten on Snapchat recently that I just am laughing at. They're so full of bullshit. Anyway, first of all, don't tell me with this busted face and my busted can of biscuits and me never wearing my makeup. My hair always looks like I took a weed whacker to it. That's how I do my hair. That's how I brush my hair. Use a weed whacker. Don't tell me I'm cute or pretty or whatever, cause that right there, lies, lies, lies. I know you're looking for something. I know you're looking you're looking for something, and you're not getting it, buddy. But okay, I think I need to close up because I'm gonna start getting on tangents, and we don't want me on tangents because this will be a 40-minute video. So okay, yeah, like if you like this kind of thing, subscribe. I'm planning on trying to step up my game. I'm trying to learn some editing and work on lighting, at least, a little. I'm gonna try to do like topics and stuff, and maybe do some challenges. I'm gonna try to step up my YouTube game. I've been doing this for like 7 years, and usually it's just me talking about vlogging, doing a diary kind of thing about my life with chronic illness. But I think I'm going to try to step it up some. I've been thinking of a lot of ideas and keeping track of them and writing them down in a little notebook and stuff. And I think I'm going to use YouTube as a little bit of a creative outlet, or as a place to rant. I'm good at the ranting. So I do chase bunnies, though. I do get off topic, but that's just me. I'm not good at brevity. So you don't have to finish watching the video. But like I said, click like and subscribe, and I'm going to try to bring you something worth watching, and not with this camera angle, because this was just impromptu. I was just doing a video of the cat. Okay, peace, babies.